Chapter 21. The Prophets. Al-Anbiya. The day of reckoning of their deeds is drawing closer to the people, but they are still turning away from it out of their heedlessness. Never does a new reminder come to them from their Lord, but that they listen to it and still go on playing, while their hearts are distracted, and therefore it has no impact on them. And those who are unjust among the Meccan unbelievers speak in whispers about Muhammad. Is this person anything but a human like yourselves? Whatever he claims to be God's revelation is just sorcery. What? Will you then accept sorcery while you see for yourselves? In reply to their whispering, the Prophet ﷺ said, "My Lord knows whatever is spoken in the heaven and the earth, and he is the hearing, the knowing." The unbelievers went even further in trying to discredit the Prophet's message. Rather, they said, "No, the verses are confused dreams. No, he has forged the revelation. No, he is just a poet. If he is God's messenger, then he should bring to us a sign like what was sent to the earlier prophets." Referring to previous nations which made similar demands, Allah says, "No city that we destroyed before them believed, even though we fulfilled their demands. And so will they, the Meccans, really believe if we send another sign." Refuting their refusal to accept a human messenger, Allah says, "We did not send any messenger before you, but men like yourself, to whom we revealed. So, O Meccans, go and ask the people of remembrance if you do not know. And we did not make them into bodies that did not eat food, nor were they to live forever. Then we fulfilled the promise we made to the prophets. We delivered them, and those whom we pleased, and we destroyed those who exceeded the limit. We have sent down to you a book, i.e., the Quran, in which is a reminder for you in your beliefs and actions. Do you not then understand? How many a city whose inhabitants were unjust have we destroyed, and thereafter we raised another people? When the people felt our chastisement, lo, they began to run away from it. We said, 'Do not run away. Come back to the luxury in which you were surrounded, and to your dwellings, so that you may be asked for help by the poor and the needy whom you have arrogantly ignored.' They said, 'Oh, woe unto us! We surely were unjust.' This continued to be their cry till we made them into a harvest which had been cut and was calm. The examples of the disobedient nations mentioned above make it quite clear that we did not create the heaven and the earth, and whatever is between the two, just for fun and amusement. Humanity has been created to follow the guidance in this world, and thus achieve eternal bliss in the hereafter. This depends on how a person comes out of the reckoning on the day of judgment. Had we wished to make this creation an entertainment, we would have done so by ourselves, but by no means would we do such a thing. On the contrary, we continuously make the truth confront the falsehood, so the truth may prevail over falsehood, and lo, falsehood is destroyed. Woe unto you for what you describe. Whoever is in the heavens and the earth belongs to Allah, and the angels who are with him do not disdain of worshipping him, nor do they become weary of it. They glorify him night and day, they do not become lax. Or have they taken gods made from the earth, who raise the dead back to life? Do not they understand that if there had been in the earth and the heaven a god besides Allah, then both the earth and the heaven would have been in chaos? So glory be to Allah, the Lord of the throne, who is exalted above what they describe. He, Allah, will not be questioned for what he does, but they, the false gods, shall surely be questioned. Or, have they taken gods besides him? O Muhammad, say, bring your proof. As for the revealed scriptures, they condemn your polytheism. This Quran is a reminder for those who are with me, and the previous books were a reminder for those who were before me, that there is only one God, but most of them do not know the truth, and therefore they turn away from it. And remember that we did not send before you any messenger, but that we clearly revealed to him that there is no God but me, Therefore worship only me. And they, idol worshippers, say, The beneficent God has taken the angels unto himself as sons. Glory be to him. Nay, the angels are honored servants of God, who do not precede him in speech, and they act according to his command. The angels cannot be gods besides Allah because, firstly, he knows what is before them, i.e., their deeds, and what is behind them, i.e., their origin. Secondly, nor do they intercede in favor of anyone except for the person with whom he, i.e., God, is pleased. So the idol worshippers should not have any hope in intercession through the angels, because what they do displeases Allah. Thirdly, and the angels are on their guard against his fear. And whoever among the angels should say that, I indeed am a God besides him, we shall recompense him with hell. Thus do we recompense those who transgress the appropriate limits. The idol worshippers also believe that although God is the creator of everything, the idols were in charge of managing the affairs of this world. Allah says, Have not the unbelievers contemplated that the heavens and the earth were patched up together, and then we split them open? And we have made every living thing from the water, do not they believe? And we placed the mountains on the earth, lest it should shake with them, i.e., human beings. And we made in them wide ravines to serve as ways, so that they may be guided. And we made the sky as a secured roof, and yet they, the unbelievers, turn away from its signs that point towards its creator. He is the one who created the night and the day, and the sun and the moon. All are swimming in the celestial sphere. Allah created the universe and absolutely controls its management. The angels assigned to many tasks of managing the affairs of the universe do so as his servants and with his permission. We did not bless any human being with immortality before you. Do these people think that if you die, they will remain alive forever? Every person is going to encounter death, and as for this life, we try you in it with evil and good situations as a test, and to us you will be returned. O Muhammad, when the unbelievers see you, they do not take you more than a joke and say to each other, Is this the person who speaks ill of your gods? They say such things while they refuse to remember in the beneficent God and his blessings. Man indeed is composed of haste, but I am not hasty. I will show you my signs, i.e., chastisement, as and when I please. Therefore, by ridiculing my messenger, do not ask me to hasten them. They say to the Prophet ﷺ and the believers, When will this threat come to pass if you are truthful? If those who disbelieve and ask for the threat had known the nature of the chastisement, when they shall neither be able to ward off the fire from their faces or from their back, nor shall they be helped, they would never ask for it. But it shall come upon them suddenly and confound them, so they will not be able to avert it, nor will they be given respite. O Muhammad, certainly the messengers who came before you were also mocked, but finally, those among the unbelievers who were ridiculing the messengers were engulfed by the very chastisement that they were making fun of. Say to those who ridicule you, O Muhammad, who can protect you by night and by day from the beneficent God if he wished to chastise you? Nay, they turn away from the reminder, i.e., the Quran, of their Lord. Or do they have gods who shall protect them from us? That is not possible, because their gods are unable to help themselves, nor can they be protected from us. So how can they protect their worshippers against us? Actually, we have given provision to these unbelievers of Mecca and their forefathers, until the life of their society has lasted quite long for them. This has made them arrogant, but do not they see how? We approach the nations on the earth, diminishing it in its extremities by death or chastisement. Will they prevail? Of course, not. Say, O Muhammad, whatever I warn you with is based on the revelation of God. However, the deaf among you do not hear the warning call whenever they are warned. So the problem is not with the message, but with the ears of heart of the obstinate unbelievers. If just a gust of your Lord's chastisement was to touch them, they would surely cry out, "Woe unto us! We indeed were evildoers." As for us, we shall set up the scales of justice on the day of resurrection, so that no person will be wronged in any way. Our justice will be so perfect that even if there be a deed as small as the weight of a grain of mustard seed, we shall produce it for reckoning, and sufficient are we as reckoners. And we gave to Musa and Harun the Torah as a measure of distinction between the truth and falsehood, and as a light and a reminder for those who are pious, who fear their Lord even in secret, and they are anxious about the hour of judgment. This Quran is a blessed reminder which we have sent down for all people. Do you then deny it? And before Musa, we certainly gave to Ibrahim his mental maturity to understand the truth without need of a teacher, and we were fully aware of him. When he said to his uncle, and also to his people, "What are these statues to which you are devoted?" They answered, "We found our forefathers worshipping them." He said, "You and your forefathers are indeed in manifest error." They said, "Are you serious about what you are saying to us, or are you just joking?" He said, "Nay, I am not joking. I am serious. Your Lord is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, who created them, and I am one of the witnesses to this truth." Then Ibrahim said to himself, "And by Allah, I will certainly outwit your idols when you have gone away, turning your backs to them." So when the people went for their celebration outside the city, Ibrahim entered their temple, and he broke the idols into pieces except the biggest of them, so that the people may turn to it to identify the person responsible for smashing the lesser gods. On failing to get help from the idols, Ibrahim hoped the people would realize their error. When the people returned to the city, they found their idols broken into pieces. They said, "Who has done this to our gods? He surely must be one of the unjust people." Some of them said, "We have heard a youth speaking ill of them, and he is known as Ibrahim." The leader said, "Then bring him in the presence of the people. Perhaps they may bear witness to his statement against the idols." When Ibrahim was brought to the temple, they said, "Are you the one who did this to our gods, O Ibrahim?" Ibrahim considered it a good opportunity to make the people realize that the idols have no power at all, and therefore he decided to give a rhetorical answer. Pointing to the biggest idol, he said, "Rather, it was this their leader that has done it. Ask the smashed idols if they can speak." The answer took the idol worshippers by surprise, and they turned in contemplation to themselves and said to one another, "Surely you yourselves are unjust." But soon falsehood overpowered them, and they were turned on their heads, i.e., they reverted from the truth, and said to Ibrahim, "You know that the idols do not speak." Ibrahim said, "Well then, do you worship besides Allah, the idols that neither benefit you in any way nor harm you? Fie upon you and on whatever you worship besides Allah. Do you not understand?" They said, "Burn him and help your gods if you ought to do anything." They prepared a huge fire and put Ibrahim in it. We said, "O fire, be cool and harmless for Ibrahim." The fire obeyed the creative command of Allah and did not harm Ibrahim at all. They wanted to outwit him, but we made them the biggest losers. And we delivered him as well as Louis and took them to greater Syria, the land which we had blessed for all people. And we gave to him Ishaq and Yaqub as a gift, and we made them all righteous persons. We made them leaders, imams, who guide the people by our command, and we revealed to them the doing of good deeds, the performing of prayer, and the giving of alms, and they indeed worshipped us. We gave authority and knowledge to Louis, and we delivered him from the town of Sodom that was involved in wicked conduct. Surely the inhabitants of Sodom were evil and sinful people. And we took him into the folds of our mercy. Surely he was of the virtuous. Noah, who had cried to us before Louis and Ibrahim, so we answered him and delivered him and his family from the great distress. and we helped him against the people who rejected our signs. They indeed were evil people, therefore we drowned them all. And remember Dawood and Suleiman when they discussed the judgment concerning the field in which the people's sheep had pastured by night, destroying the produce. Their judgment was in favor of the farmer, but they differed in how to implement the judgment, and we were witness to their judgment. Then we made Suleiman understand the better way of its implementation, and to both we gave authority and knowledge. We subjected the mountains and the birds to glorify us with Dawood, and this is not new for us. We have done this before. And we taught him the art of making coats of arms for you, so they may protect you from your injuries. So will you then be grateful? We made subservient to Suleiman the strong wind that blows by his command to the land of Palestine that we had blessed, and all this time we were aware of everything. And from among the jinn there are those who dive into the sea to find precious stones for him, i.e. Suleiman, and those who do other work besides that. And we kept guard over them. And remember Ayub when he lost his property and children, and was also afflicted by illness. He cried to his Lord, saying, "Impairment has afflicted me, so help me, as you are the most merciful of the merciful." Therefore we answered him by relieving him of whatever impairment he had, and we gave back to him his children and the like of them with them, as a mercy from us and a reminder for the worshippers. The full story of Ayub will come in chapter 38. And Ismail, Idris, and Du, Lkifl were all among the patient people. And we admitted them into our mercy. They surely were from the righteous ones. And remember Yunus when he went away in anger, and because he was God's prophet, he thought as if we would not straighten him. Therefore we made a whale swallow him. In the darkness of the whale's belly he cried out to God, "There is no God but you. Glory be to thee. Surely I am from those who were unjust to themselves." So we answered him and delivered him from the distress into which he had fallen, and thus do we deliver the believers. The full story of Yunus will come in chapter 37. And remember Zachariah when he cried to his Lord, "O my Lord, do not leave me alone and childless, and you are the best of inheritors." So we answered him and gave him Yahya and made his wife fit to bear a child for him. They surely were competing with one another in good deeds and were calling upon us with hope and fear, and they were humble to us. And remember Maryam, who guarded her chastity. Then we breathed into her of our spirit, which resulted in the miraculous birth of Isa. And we made her and her son a sign for the universe. Surely this community of yours, the human community, is one community, and I am your one Lord, therefore serve me. But they divided their state of unity in faith among themselves, each group going in a different direction. However, they did not realize that all of them shall return to us. Whosoever shall do good deeds while he is also a believer, then his endeavor shall not be treated with ungratefulness, because surely we write it down in their scrolls of deeds. And as for the inhabitants of the town which did not avail the opportunity of doing good deeds in this world, and which we destroyed, it is binding that they shall not return for a second chance. This system will continue till when Gog and Magog are released from their barriers, and they shall break forth from every elevated place. And at that time, the true promise about the doomsday shall draw near. Then lo, the eyes of those who disbelieved shall be fixedly opened, and they shall say, "O woe to us! Surely we were in a state of heedlessness about this. Nay, we were unjust to ourselves." After their resurrection and judgment, Allah will say to the unbelievers, "Surely you and what you worshipped besides Allah are the firewood of hell. You shall now enter it." Had these idols have been really gods, they would not have come to it, and you all shall abide therein forever. There shall be groaning for them in it, and therein they shall not even hear their groaning, just as they refused to listen to God's message. As for those whom the good has reached from us, They shall surely be kept far away from it, i.e., hell, and they shall not hear its faintest sound. They shall abide forever in the paradise which their hearts had desired. The great fearful event of the trumpet of doom shall not grieve them, and the angels shall welcome them by saying, "This is your day which had been promised to you." The judgment will come on the day when we will roll up the heaven like the rolling up of the page of books. Do not be surprised about this. Just as we originated the first creation, we shall reproduce it in the same way. This is a promise binding upon us which we shall surely fulfill. And we certainly wrote in the Psalms Zabur, which came after the Torah, that, "Surely my righteous servants shall inherit the earth." Most surely, this is a message for the people who serve none but Allah. We have not sent you, O Muhammad, but as a mercy for the universe. Say, O Muhammad, surely what has been revealed to me as the basis of the divine message is that your God is one God. Will you then submit to the worship of this one God? But, O Muhammad, if they turn away from this message, then say, I have warned you in all fairness about the consequences of rejecting this message. And I do not know whether the chastisement that has been promised to you is near or far. Surely he knows your openly declared statement, and he knows what you hide in your hearts and minds. I do not know if this warning of mine may be a trial for you and a provision till a time. Then the Prophet Muhammad saw that the Meccans were rejecting his message. He turned to his Lord and said, O my Lord, judge by the truth. Then he turned towards the Meccans and said, Our Lord is the beneficent God, whose help is sought against what you ascribe to him. Chapter 22. The Pilgrimage. Al-Hajj. O people, guard yourself against displeasing your Lord. Surely the earthquake of the hour of doom is a mighty destructive event. When you shall witness it on that day, you will see that every suckling woman shall abandon out of fear the child she had suckled, and every pregnant woman shall miscarry her burden out of fright, and you shall see people as if they are drunk, yet they will not be drunk. But, remember, the chastisement of Allah will be severe. There is among the people who disputes concerning Allah without any knowledge and does not use his intelligence. Instead, he just follows every rebellious Satan. Although it has been written against him, i.e., Satan or his agent, that whosoever takes him for a leader, he shall lead him astray, and the only place to which he shall guide him towards is the chastisement of the burning fire. Doubt in the resurrection, O people. If you are in doubt concerning the resurrection, then remember how we created you in the first place. We surely created you from dust, then from a sperm drop, then from a blood clot, and then from a lump of flesh, formed and unformed. These various stages of creation are being mentioned so that we may clarify to you the possibility of resurrection. But this is not the end of the process, and then we establish in the wombs what we please, till an appointed term. Then we deliver you as an infant, so that you may then reach the age of maturity. Then some of you will die young, while some among you are those who live on to old age, and are returned in their bodily form to the vilest state of life, so that just like a child, he does not know anything, after having sought knowledge all his adult life. Another example for dispelling the doubt about the resurrection. And you see the earth in winter as a sterile land, but when we sent down water upon it, it jolts back to life, swells, and puts forth every magnificent pair of herbs. This is so because Allah is the truth. Surely he brings the dead back to life, and he indeed has power over everything. And the hour of doom will surely come, there is no doubt in it, and verily Allah will raise those who are in the graves back to life. Those who misled others. There is among the people who disputes concerning Allah, without any intellectual knowledge, without any spiritual guidance, and without any illuminating revealed book, turning sideways in arrogance, so as to lead others astray from the way of Allah. For him is disgrace in this world, and on the day of resurrection, we shall make him taste the punishment of the burning fire. This is because of what your two hands have sent before, and Allah surely is not in the least unjust to the servants. Those with wavering faith. There is among the people who worship Allah in a wavering manner. If good befalls him, he is satisfied with it and worships God. This is the basis of his faith. But if a trial afflicts him and he starts facing difficulties in this life, he turns completely over and disbelieves in God. He loses this world and the hereafter. That indeed is the manifest loss. He calls, apart from Allah, the idols that can neither harm him nor benefit him. That indeed is a great error. On the day of judgment, he will call the idol, whose harm is nearer than his benefit, in the following words: certainly evil is the guardian, and certainly evil is the associate. Surely Allah will admit those who believe and do good deeds into the gardens beneath which the rivers flow. Surely Allah does what He pleases. As for the unbeliever of Mecca who used to think that there is no truth in Muhammad's message, and that Allah would not assist him in this life by giving him the final victory, and in the hereafter by giving the highest status, he surely felt enraged when he saw the triumph of Islam after the Prophet ﷺ migrated to Medina. Therefore let that unbeliever stretch a rope to heaven, and then let him cut it off, and behold whether his guile does away with the triumph of Muhammad that has enraged him. Thus we have revealed the Quran as clear signs, and surely Allah guides whomsoever He desires. Verily those who believe in Muhammad and the Quran, those who are the Jews, the Yabiyyin, the Christians, the Zoroastrians, and those who associate others with Allah, Allah will surely render a decision about them on the day of resurrection, because Allah is definitely a witness over everything. Do you not know that to Allah prostrates whosoever is in the heavens and whosoever is in the earth, including the sun, the moon, the stars, the mountains, the trees, the animals, and many of the people? And many people already deserve the chastisement, because although they are subdued to God's will by nature, they are disobedient in their actions, and whomever Allah disgraces, there is none to honor him. Surely Allah does whatsoever He pleases. These are the two adversaries, the believers and the others, who have disputed concerning their Lord. As for those who disbelieved, for them garments of fire are cut, and boiling water shall be poured over their heads, whereby whatever is in their bellies and skins shall be melted. And for them are iron rods with which they will be whipped. Whenever they shall desire to come forth from it in anguish, they shall be turned back into it, and it will be announced, taste the chastisement of the burning fire. As for those who believe and do good deeds, Allah shall surely admit them into gardens underneath which rivers flow. Therein they shall be adorned with bracelets of gold and pearls, and their garments therein shall be of silk. And they shall be guided unto goodly speech, and they shall be guided unto the path of the praiseworthy God. Those Meccans who have disbelieved and are preventing the people from Allah's way and from the holy mosque, which we have made equally for all people, for the one who dwells in it, i.e., in Mecca, as well as the desert dweller, are being unjust, and whosoever intends therein to deviate unjustly, we shall let him taste a painful chastisement. Remember when we assigned to Ibrahim the place of the house as a center of worship, and we said, O Ibrahim, do not associate me with anything in your worship, and purify my house for those who shall go around it, and those who shall stand, bow, and prostrate themselves in worshiping me. And proclaim among the people to come to Mecca for the pilgrimage. They shall, O Ibrahim, come to you on foot and on every lean beast. They shall be coming from every remote path. People will come for the pilgrimage so that they may witness material and spiritual benefits for themselves, and so that on the well-known days of pilgrimage, 10th to 14th of Dhul-Hijjah, they may mention the name of Allah over such animals of the livestock that He has provided to them. After slaughtering the animals and cooking them, eat of it yourselves and feed the miserable poor. Then let them accomplish their needful acts, i.e., shaving the hair or clipping the nail and cleansing, etc. Let them fulfill their vows, and let them go around the ancient house, i.e., the Kaaba. all that are parts of the rites and rituals of pilgrimage, and constitute the sacred symbols. And whosoever venerates the sacred symbols of Allah, it shall be better for him with his Lord. The cattle have been made lawful to you except that which is recited to you in this and other verses. Therefore, refrain from the abomination of the idols, and refrain from the false statements. Being people of upright and pure faith in Allah, not associating with Him anything. And whosoever associates anything with Allah, then it is as if he has fallen from the sky, and the birds snatch him away, or the wind carries him off to a place far away. All that was mentioned earlier are parts of the rites and rituals of pilgrimage, and constitute the sacred symbols. Then, referring to the sacrificial animals, Allah says, "And whosoever venerates the sacred symbols of Allah, that is a good deed, and that indeed is the result of the piety of hearts." You derive benefits from them, i.e., the animals, riding on them or drinking their milk, till a fixed time. Then their rightful time of sacrifice is by the ancient house of worship. These rituals have not been imposed upon you only. For every believing nation before you, we have prescribed a sacrificial rite so that they may mention the name of Allah over animals of the livestock that He had provided to them. Your God and the God of the nations before you is one God, so submit yourselves to Him and give good news to the humble believers, whose hearts tremble whenever Allah is mentioned in their presence, who patiently endure whatever afflicts them, who perform the prayer, and who give in charity from whatever we have provided them. As for the sacrificial camels, we have made them as sacred symbols of Allah for you. There is much good in them for you. Therefore mention the name of Allah on them as they stand tied in rows, ready to be sacrificed. So when they fall down on their sides after the slaughtering, then eat of it yourself, and also feed the poor and beggars. Thus we have made the animal subservient to you so that you may be grateful. By making these sacrifices, do not ever think that their benefits reach Allah. Never will the animal's flesh or their blood reach Allah. However, what reaches Him from you is piety, the spirit of guarding yourself against displeasing Allah. Thus He has made them the animals subservient to you, so that you may glorify Allah for what He has guided you. And, O Muhammad, give good news to those who do good to others. Allah surely defends those who believe. Allah does not like any unfaithful and ungrateful person, such as the Meccan unbelievers. Permission is granted to those on whom war is imposed because they have been oppressed, and Allah surely is able to help them. The oppressed people who have permission to wage defensive war are those who have been expelled by the idol worshippers out of their homes without any just cause. The only reason why they were uprooted from their homes is that they say, "Our Lord is Allah." If Allah had not repelled the people, some by means of others by introducing the laws of peace and order, including defensive jihad, then certainly the very symbols of religion in the society, like the monasteries, the churches, the synagogues and the mosques, wherein Allah's name is mentioned a lot, would have been destroyed. And Allah indeed shall help him who helps him by helping his cause. Surely Allah is strong, mighty. The believers are those who, if we establish them in the earth, will perform the prayer, pay the alms, command the good, and forbid the evil. And the eventual outcome of all things is with Allah. O Muhammad, if the Meccans are rejecting you, then do not be disheartened, because the people who came before them, the people of Nuh, Ad, and Thamud, had also rejected their prophets. Not only these three, even the people of Ibrahim, the people of Luh, the people of Midian rejected their prophets, and even Musa was rejected by the Pharaoh. In all these cases, I gave respite to the unbelievers, and then I seized them, and you know how severe my disapproval was. How many a city we destroyed while it was unjust, and now its walls have fallen down upon its roofs, with water wells deserted and tall palaces without any inhabitant. Have they not traveled around the world and seen the ruins of the past civilizations, so that they may have minds by which they can understand the outcome of those who rejected God's message, or so that they may have ears by which they can hear the past stories and amend their evil behavior? For surely it is not the eyes that are blind, but blind are the hearts within the chests. Instead of reflecting upon the past, they, the Meccans, ask you to hasten the punishment of which you have warned them. They should rest assured that Allah will by no means fail in His promise. However, the time of punishment is at His discretion because, in the eyes of your Lord, a single day is like 1,000 years of your reckoning. He says, "There are many a town to which I gave respite while it was being unjust. Then I seized it with chastisement, and to me is the eventual return of you all." Say, O Muhammad, "O people, I am just a plain warner of Allah's chastisement to you." So those who believe in my message and do good deeds, for them is forgiveness and honorable sustenance from my Lord. But those who strive to oppose our signs, they shall be the inmates of the burning fire. We have not sent before you a messenger or a prophet, but that whenever he wishes to guide, the shaitan would interfere in his guidance and confuse people's minds. But Allah would annul what shaitan had impressed upon the minds of the people, and Allah establishes His signs. And Allah is the all-knowing, the wise. Allah tolerates the satanic impressions, so that He may make whatever the shaitan casts as a test and trial for those in whose hearts is the disease of doubt, and those whose hearts have become hard and stubborn. Surely the unjust people are in great opposition to the truth. Allah annuls the impressions of the shaitan so that those who have been given knowledge may know that it, the guidance, is the truth from your Lord, and so that they may believe in it and their hearts may be humble before it. Surely Allah guides those who believe onto the right path. Those leaders of Mecca who have disbelieved shall always be in doubt concerning the Quran until the hour of doom overtakes them suddenly, or until the chastisement of the doomsday comes upon them. The kingdom on that day shall be Allah's. He will judge between them. So those who believe and do good deeds, they shall be in the gardens of bliss. And those who disbelieved and rejected our messages, they will have a disgraceful chastisement. Those who migrate in Allah's cause and then are slain or die, Allah will most certainly grant them good sustenance, and surely Allah is the best of providers. He will admit them into a place with which they shall be well pleased. Surely Allah is all-knowing, forbearing. That shall be so. The person who retaliates against the enemy in the same manner that he had been attacked while he was oppressed, then Allah will most certainly help him. Permission to retaliate is granted to the oppressed, because surely Allah is pardoning, forgiving. For it is surely Allah who causes the night to enter into the day and causes the day to enter into the night. And certainly Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing. That is so because Allah is the truth, and the idol or God that they call upon besides Him is the falsehood. And surely Allah is the High, the Great. Do not you see that Allah sends down water from the clouds so that the earth becomes green? Surely Allah is subtle, aware. To Him belongs whatsoever is in the heavens and whatsoever is in the earth, and surely Allah is self-sufficient, the praised. Do you not see that Allah has made whatever is on the land subservient to you, and that the ships sail in the sea by His command? And do you not see that He prevents the sky from falling onto the earth? It shall not fall but with His permission. Surely Allah is compassionate and merciful to the people. He is the one who gave life to you. Then He will cause you to die and then bring you back to life. Indeed, the human being is most ungrateful. When the Islamic ritual prayer Alat was introduced in Mecca, the unbelievers said that if Muhammad was a prophet like those who had come before, then why is his devotional act not similar to those of the past prophets? We have appointed for every community of past prophets acts of devotion which were particular to them and which they observed, so there should be no surprise if the Muslims are given a distinguished style of devotion and worship. The unbelievers of Mecca should not, therefore, dispute with you on this issue. O Muhammad, do not care for their obstinate arguments and continue to call people towards your Lord. you surely are on the right guidance. If they continue to argue against your devotional acts, then do not engage in fruitless debate and just say Allah knows best what you do. Allah will judge between you on the day of resurrection, on the issue in which you differ. Do not you know that Allah knows what is in the heaven and earth? Surely this is in a book, i.e. knowledge of Allah. Surely this is easy for Allah. They worship besides Allah the idols for which He has neither sent down any authorization about it, nor do they have any knowledge about it. There shall be no helper for the unjust people on the day of judgment. When our clear verses are recited to them, you will notice the signs of denial on the faces of those who disbelieve. They will be as if they are about to spring upon those who are reciting our verses to them. When you see such a reaction from the unbelievers, say, "Shall I inform you of something which is worse than this reaction of yours? It is the fire. Allah has promised it for those who disbelieve. Indeed, evil is the resort of such people." O people, a parable is being set forth, therefore listen to it carefully. Those idols whom you call upon besides Allah, they can never create a tiny fly even if they all get together for it. Not only this, should the tiny fly snatch something away from them, they cannot take it back from it. Indeed, the invoker and the invoked, both are weak. These idol worshippers have not estimated Allah with the estimation that is due to Him. Most surely, Allah, unlike the idols, is strong, mighty. Allah chooses messengers from among the angels and from among the people. Surely Allah is hearing, seeing. He knows what is before them and what is behind them, i.e., He is fully aware of the channel He uses for His communications, and He is also protective of that channel. And to Allah are all affairs returned. O you who believe, bow down, prostrate, and worship Allah your Lord, and do good so that you may succeed in this world and the hereafter. And struggle hard against the shaitan and his forces for Allah, as is due for His sake. He has indeed chosen you and has not laid upon you any hardship in religion, the religion of your father Ibrahim. He is the one who has named you as Muslims before the revelation of the Quran and in this book, so that the messenger may be a bearer of witness to you, and so that you may be bearers of witness to the people in general. Therefore, perform the prayer, pay the wealth tax, and hold fast to Allah. He is your master, and indeed He is the best master and the best helper.